Was Eve the first woman, or was it Lilith? Why did she run away from Adam in the Garden of Eden? How did this character become evil and evolve in different cultures? One verse in Genesis makes us wonder who she was and if she even existed. The book of Genesis provides two stories of the creation of man. In one, a woman is created in an equal manner to a man. And in the second, God creates the woman from the side of man. Genesis chapter introduces us to the powerful symbolism of Lilith's visit, highlighting the contrast between two competing creation stories from a biblical perspective. On the first round, the Bible reports on the equal creation of men and women. Genesis 1 verse 27. So God created mankind in his own image, in the image of God he created them, male and female he created them. At once, and in the same measure, man and woman were created in God's image. However, on the second round of creation, there is a turning point in tradition, becoming increasingly complex and resulting in a devaluation of the status of both men and women. Genesis, chapter 2 verses 18 to 23. The Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." Now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all the wild animals and all the birds in the sky. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them, and whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. So the man gave names to all the livestock, the birds in the sky, and all the wild animals. But for Adam, no suitable helper was found. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and then closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. The man said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." Creation in the image of God gave way to the creation of man from the earth. When Adam feels alone, he looks to animals for companionship. Yet, when he finds none, God creates woman as his ultimate source of solace. According to the second creation tradition, Adam was created from the earth, and Eve was created from Adam. The Jewish interpretation explains why. After it was already written that he created them male and female, it is then told that man was alone and the woman was created from his side to be a helper against him. The interpretation suggests that there were two women, Lilith, who was created first, and Eve, who was created second from the rib of man. In the Bible, Lilith is mentioned only once. In Isaiah 34 verse 14 International Standard Version. And desert creatures will meet with hyenas, and goat demons will call out to each other. There also Liliths will settle, and find for themselves a resting place. Chapter 34 of Isaiah describes how God slaughters the heavenly armies of other nations, including the gods, spirits, and other divine figures. Lilith is mentioned in this text as a winged figure, nesting in a tree. The Hebrew Lilith evolved and changed its name in the mythology of many ancient peoples, beginning with the Babylonian Assyrian Lalatu, followed by the Sumerian Liliaka, the Akkadian Ardat Lilith, the Greek Lamia, and more. There are various legends in which Lilith is the wife of the devil Samael, also known as Ashmedai. He is the father of the demons, and he lived with 4 demons women, Lilith, Naamah, Igrat, and Machalat. In some cultures, Assyrian, Babylonian, and Jewish, Lilith is recognized as suffocating babies and stealing men's sperm. Lilith is a figure in Jewish mythology, who is known as a demon associated with causing harm to children. She is also described as a seductress, who lures men away from their wives and tempts them into sin. In some cultures, Lilith is seen as an evil force that must be avoided. In others, however, she is seen as a powerful feminine archetype who can be called upon for protection or guidance. The story of Lilith, which originates in Sumer around 2400 BC, first appears in the Labyretto writings, in the version of the Legend of Gilgamesh, as a list of names of the Sumerian kings. Gilgamesh and his father Lelu are characters in ancient Sumerian mythology. Lilith is often referred to as a beautiful virgin or maiden. People of the time believed that, once she chose a lover, she would never leave him, yet never allow him to be satisfied. The first mention of her in the Gilgamesh plot is that she built her house on the Halupo tree between the house of the snake in the roots and the house of Enlil's servant, the storm bird, at the top. Halupo was a willow tree that grew on the bank of the Euphrates River. One day, the south wind uprooted its top and roots, and it was swept away in the river water. Ishtar, the queen of heaven, passed by, took the tree, and brought it to the temple in the city of Arch. She planted it in the holy garden. She nurtured the tree with love and wanted to build a throne from it. Over the years, the tree grew, but Ishtar was unable to cut it down because a snake had built its nest in its roots and Ishtar's spells had no effect on it. At the top, this bird built his house, and in the middle, Lilith built hers. In the end, the hero Gilgamesh cut down the tree for the goddess with an axe and killed the snake. The storm bird then fled to the mountains, and Lilith fled back to the wilderness from which she had come. Lilith is a long-standing figure of temptation, appearing in cultures around the world that have roots in the Middle East. The Greek lime field is apparently a development of Lilith. Her name reached Persia, Asia, Germany, England and Rome, as well as the three religions that believe in one God. In the 10th century AD, Book of Alphabet of Ben Sira, the story of the relationship between the first man and Lilith is mentioned. Lilith was created from dust, just like the first man, and she saw herself as being equal to him in all respects. Lilith saw herself as the one who was allowed to leave her husband, and when he refused to accept this decree of equality in their sex life, apparently referring to the fact that she wanted to be above her husband during intercourse, she flowered her and ran away from him. At this point, the three angels entered the picture. The angels who were sent to return the woman to her husband were Snowy, Sensnoy and Smanglaf. The angels found Lilith, in the Red Sea region when she was making love to demons and giving birth to more than 100 lilies, little demons, a day. The three were unsuccessful in returning Lilith to her husband as she said that the great demon Samel had already taken hold of her. Therefore, they could not reunite her with the Adam they were trying to return her to. The angels were able to persuade her to swear that she would not bring harm to Adam's descendants from his second wife, Eve. Angels Snowy, Sensnoy, and Smanglaf stopped Lilith's actions. Lilith's journey has been remarkable, as she transcended from Judaism to the influential realms of Christianity and Islam. In Islamic mythology, Lilith is known as the wife of Iblis, the devil, and it is believed that she created multiple demons and jinn through her union with him. Both Muslims and Christians have been influenced by the figure of Lilith in their respective faiths. Lilith, who was a relatively unimportant figure in Sumerian and Akkadian mythology, gained a significant role in monotheistic cultures by serving as a figure for establishing boundaries around sexuality. We hope you learned something new today. If you did, give this video a like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative and entertaining content. Thank you for watching. See you next time.